Good morning, friends. Sorry I'm a minute late. Dog problems is all I'll say. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get us up in the feed. Say good morning as you hop on. We are back again for day 9 of 12 days of Crafty Christmas, where we are going to make a little gift bag and card. Hi, buddy. I told you I'm live. You need to wait. Okay, there we go. Now we're live. So if you hop on, you can say good morning, say that you're there. If you're watching the replay, let me know that too. As I have mentioned previously, I will still send out little gifties as I do for my regular Saturday Bailey's and Tea lives. So make sure that you comment so that I can find those, and I can send out little gifty surprises to those names who get drawn. Okay, quickly just to recap, we will look at what we've done so far on each day, and then I need to grab my list so that I can kind of refer as I pull them out. And just to let you know, if you're watching the replays, they will be live on Facebook for 30 days. If not, they are being uploaded to my YouTube channel slowly but surely. I'm now behind a few days, so I will get to that today. And I will also post the rest of the events. So I will create the events in Facebook. So if you say that you're going, Facebook should remind you that I'm going live, and should remind you when I actually go live, is how it is supposed to work when I create an event. So I will create the last 3 days of those today, and then they will be posted in the feed, and then you can say that you're going. And yeah, I think that's all I have to tell you. So let's flip you around and we'll just do a little recap of what we've done so far, and then we'll jump into today's project, okay? Hopefully, yeah, it did. Okay, and just 1 second as I scoot you down. My little camera fix holder thing is not working today for some reason. All right, well, let the camera just catch up with me on the screen beside me so that I know that you can see what I'm seeing. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Is it straight? Not really. Okay. Now we got it. So as I said, we're on 12 days of Crafty Christmas, day 9 today. We have just powered through this and gotten to day 9 already. That's amazing. All right, so let's have a little recap of what we've done so far from day 1 to 8. So let's bring in our little tray that is filling up very, very quickly. So day 1, we did a flip-flop album. Day 2, we did a little chocolate box with a gift card holder. Day 3, we did the biscotti holders. So these two here, we did 2 different versions. Day 4, I need to pile it to the side here. Day 4, we did a little pocket, or no, we did these ones, sorry. We did these little pocket envelopes. And I reminded you of the diaper fold so that you can put a little ornament in there. This one, we made a little New Year's one. Day 5, we did this little Traditions of Christmas box, I called it. I did not do it with that paper live, but the original one features that suite. Day 6, we did a little gift card holder. The gift card just slides in there. What was that? 6, I'm losing track here. Day 7, we did the gift card and candy portfolio, so it holds a chocolate bar. And then yesterday, on day 8, we did a little, I call it a warm treats box. It holds a hot chocolate and either little hot hand pads or this cute little sort of water bottle looking one, sweater one that I got at the dollar store. And then I think I took the hot chocolate out. I did. So it's just a little box that holds little goodies. So that's what we've done so far. So today, let me just pile this up. We unpile it every time we go live. We'll do a little switcheroo here of what I'm working with. There we go. So what we are going to make today is super cute and fairly easy. It is a little gift bag. and it has like a little card holder type insert into the bag. So I've used the online exclusive Pet Love Bundle because I think, you know, you should always make a little gift maybe for your pet sitter, whether it's a dog or a cat, depending on what you have. But this set, I do believe, I put it away. I do believe it holds little like cat and dog sort of themed die cuts and stuff like that. So little cute little bag that you can stuff a little something in, or even a gift card holder. It is big enough to hold that. And then for this one, I used the Keeping Traditions stamp set that's mainly built for scrapbooking pages, but it's got some great sentiments in it also that work great for this little bag set, I think anyways. So I did use on these two retired designer series paper that is 6x6. This one is the all together. Actually, these two are both all together. That one that had like the hands and stuff like that in it that you could color when they introduced sort of the skin tone blends. I think they call them like neutral blends or something now. But we called them the skin tone back when they came out. So that is from that designer series paper that got released with those. So these are the cute little box that I'm going to show you how to make. Okay. So the paper that I chose today, but I thought it was kind of cute because it's kind of a light blue pattern on the other side and sort of what is this, sweet sorbet on this side, if you remember those colors. So when you're picking out your papers, you want to pick out something that is got a good pattern on both sides, because you can see we fold down the little top, so that's the inside of our paper. So the inside of your bag will be what is folded down, and you can see here. So when you're picking out your paper, keep that in mind so that it doesn't become a problem when you go to make your little bag. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our trimmer. You can also, of course, cut down 12 by 12, and then if you do a full sheet, you can get 4 little bags out of that, which is also awesome, right? So we are going to take one sheet of 6x6. Now, if your pattern is directional when you do the other side, you're going to want to start with this first measurement and keep in mind, obviously I probably should have grabbed a piece. Hang on. I have paper right beside me that, let's find a pattern where it matters on the other side. Give me 2 secs while I just sort through some paper here. Let's just use this as an example because it's got a triangular pattern. So if the back side of your paper that you want showing, I mean, I shouldn't say the back side, it could be the front. But whatever you want showing, if it is directional, you want to do this first measurement first before you carry on, okay? So you want to start with your pattern facing to the left or right, depending, it's backwards on screen, so you know what I mean. Keep it directional to the higher side of your trimmer, and you want to score that at 3 1/4, okay? And then go on to your other measurements. That way, when you fold this over, your pattern will be in the right direction, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If not, put in the comments and I can go over it again. So mine doesn't matter, but I am gonna start with this first cut this first score anyways, because it just makes sense. So we're gonna want to score that at 3/4, and then we want to do 1.5 inches on the other 3 sides. Okay, so you're just gonna turn this around in your trimmer as you score. Nice and easy, right? And then you're going to have a second piece that you're going to do exactly the same to. So again, if you have a pattern, start with it facing to the higher side of your trimmer numbers, and then do the rest of your scoring. So our first score is at 3/4, and then we're going to do all other 3 sides at 1.5 inches. Okay. Now, as I've said with all the other ones, it's easy to just do a template. So do this on just some scratch paper that you have or some basic paper, and then you can get started making this. You also want a piece of designer series paper that is 3 by 1.25 inches. Now I've already cut this so that I have it ready. Now this is the piece that shows in behind at the top of your little card that slips into your bag. Okay, so we don't need our trimmer anymore. The rest of it will be just measurements for you. So we're going to bring in our scored pieces. And first off, we are going to fold back that top layer. So that 3/4 scored piece, mine tore because I scored it too hard. So be careful. Designer's Erase paper is quite delicate, but that's okay. It's going to get glued down, so it will be hidden. And I put a lot of glue on there. I have a new bottle and it's like squirting out. Okay, let's just go like this with my finger to kind of even that out, and I'll just get it off my finger, otherwise I'll be sticking to everything. Okay, let's just get that off my table. And you've got a little wiggle room here. If you did score it too much and you kind of have to like pry it together like I did there to kind of make that seam, you got a little bit of wiggle room with the glue. You can use seal as well, or tear and tape, whatever your adhesive preference is. So there we go. We're going to fold those 2 pieces down. Nice and easy so far, right? We can seal that up and put it away. And then we are going to score our other marks. Or burnish them, I guess. We're not scoring them. We have already scored them. Sorry. The language is hard this morning, apparently. Okay, and we're going to do the same on this one. This box goes together so quickly. Great way to use up all your 6x6 if you have a whole bunch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab our scissors. I'm just going to trim off that little corner there that I had. And then we're going to do a little bit of trimming here. So we're going to lay these out in front of us. This corner square here, we want to take that right out. So I'm just going to do a little bit of an angle cut on that center panel. So you'll see I've got it just angled a little bit. That just helps it sit and be square when you put it together. And then we're also going to take out this other corner side. Okay, so we're going to have this left when we're done. And then we are going to do a snip straight up on these other ones. And just angle cut them so they sit a little bit nicer when we put this together. Okay, so just take out that little tip. I hope I'm not losing connection. Looks like it's flashing in front of me. I could just be seeing things. Okay. Now we're going to grab our tear and tape, and what we want to do is we want to put tape on. We want to overlap this. Okay, so we're going to kind of get this sort of box shape when we overlap this. So I'm just going to put 2 pieces of tear and tape right there on this side, and I'm going to overlap it onto this one so that I create sort of one full piece. If I can get it off, hang on, let me get my take your pick tool. My fingers don't want to work this morning. And I just noticed I have paint on my thumb. I was doing a little touch-up painting to something that I'm creating for the craft fairs before I went live to kind of keep progress going. Okay, so we just want to line that up. You just want to put it sort of just inside your score line, and then you're going to end up with your little one piece of bag here. Okay, so then what's going to happen is this is all going to fold up on itself, and it's going to create our little bag. Okay, so now we want to put a piece of tear and tape on this side so that we can attach it to the other side of our bag and create like a little box. Okay, I should have measured this bag to see how big it is. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing, just kind of fold it over Oops, I'm not quite reaching the score line here. It stuck before I lined it up properly. Hang on. There we go. Tear and tape is not forgiving, so if you want a little bit of forgiveness, use the glue, and you can slide it around. There we go. Okay. So we'll just give that a press down. I probably could have just closed it and then sealed it up as well. Okay, and then we're going to deal with the bottom of your bag. So of course you want your little tabs to go in first, right? And then we basically just want to close it up and seal those in. So what we want to do is put a little bit of tape on these tabs. Peel that off. Oops. Once you build a little template for yourself, though, these just whip together real quick. Okay, and then we're going to just gently fold that down onto these little bottom ones and then seal them with our bone folder. Just rub your bone folder end. Try not to use the pointed end because you could go through your paper. I mean, I've never had it happen, but there is that possibility, right? So use that back end that's a little bit more flat. And then we just want to put some tear tape on this little flap here, and we're going to seal it up. And we've created our little box. Almost. We do have to put some ribbon on it, okay? So then we're just going to fold that closed, just like that. And again, flip it up and just make sure that tear and tape is sealed on your sides and your bottom, okay? There we go. We've got our little box. Is that not the cutest? Now I should measure this while I said so that I can tell you the exact size of it so that you know. So it is a box that is almost little over 3.5, and it is about 1.5 inches wide. Well, it is 1.5 inches wide. Okay. And then it is, yeah, 3.5 inches tall. Okay. So that kind of gives you an idea of sort of what you can fit in there. Now what we want to do is we want to make a little ribbon loop like a regular bag would have. So I've just grabbed my hole punch and I'm just going to slide it down until like it just can't go in anymore and kind of center it. I just eyeball it. You can measure if you want and punch a couple little holes in the side just like that. Okay. And then I just grabbed some sweet sorbet ribbon that I had left over. It is retired. And we want to feed from the outside so that we can secure down our little ribbon into the inside. So we've just got a little extra there, and I'm just going to use my tear and tape, and I'm going to just seal that down. Now you can tie a knot, but it is going to take a few knots. So like one, I think I did try it that way, and I had to tie like 5 knots in there so that it wouldn't come through the hole. So feed that back in. So I just figured this was an easy way as well. No one, once you put little goodies in there or tissue or something like that, no one's going to see that until they pull that out. And I mean, even you could put a little piece of paper over it to cover it like they would sort of a bag you would buy at the store. You could put a little piece of cardstock over there and cover that up totally. Or you can just leave it how it is. It's up to you. But that's our bag with the little handle. And now we want to create our little card. So our inside card that slides into the bag is, here it is. Here's my little template. It is 3 by 3 3/4. Okay. So that fits into there. And then we have our piece of designer series paper again, that's 3 by 1 1/4, and that's going to go at the top. Just like that. And then I've got some sentiment pieces here. So my cardstock piece is 1 inch by 2 5/8. And then my basic white piece is 2.5 by 7/8. And that's just going to layer right on top. And we're going to stamp it with this cute little long time no see stamp set. And we're going to do Merry Christmas because I think this is cute. And I'm going to, oh, I should have grabbed my sweet sorbet. Let me see if I can reach it here. You could do it in any of the other reds, probably Poppy Parade, you wouldn't even notice, but I'm just going to make sure it matches because I still have sweet sorbet ink. I might as well, right? And then I've decided that it would be cute to do the little llama. So I've just pre-stamped him. He does come in 2 pieces, so that, well, actually 3, so that you can extend his neck if you like. You can also extend this to make the little hot dog dash hound a little bit longer if you like. So this is a cute little sort of like builder set, and then you've got some little light bulbs too that you can do around his neck. But I've decided to just do his head and his little scarf area there. And so I've brought in just some crumb cake. I will color this quickly, it will not take long. I absolutely love this little llama. I think he is just adorable. So this is just the light crumb cake. I'm just going to do an all over color. I didn't really look up what color llamas are. I think they can be, the ones I've seen anyway, have been sort of like white and brown. Kind of darker color. I don't know if I've seen any black and white ones. But if you want to Google what color a llama is, go ahead. I won't stop you. Then I'm just going to color in his little nose area a little bit darker with the dark crumb cake. And I'm just going to sketch over really quickly the sort of natural lines that the artisan created in this, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm just going to go over really quick with my brush end again, just to kind of blend that in. Okay, and then I'm going to do a scarf in, what colors did I pick? I have Sweet Sorbet blend still, so I'm going to use that. And then I picked Lemon Lime Twist. I thought we would just have a little red and white, or red and green, sorry, to keep it traditional to Christmas. Coloring these little like centipede looking images here. It's very therapeutic. You just kind of, can you stay in the lines or will you cross over into the other one like I did? Blends, because they're alcohol markers, they will run a little bit. And this is a piece of just scrap cardstock that I grabbed out of my drawer. So there is the potential that it is not a Stampin' Up basic white. It could be something else. I'm just going to grab my petal pink, my light petal pink for his ears. I didn't put it out on the tray. And then I'll come back in with my dark and just do a little bit of highlights. Now you don't have to do this. You can color it straight up with your light and not worry about highlighting the scarf at all. Totally up to you. I just figure I have both the blends, I might as well do the shading and make it look fun. Okay, we're almost done here. Now there is not a die set that goes with this long time no see stamp set, unfortunately. But he's fairly easy to cut out, so do not panic. You kind of just want to highlight sort of where maybe the natural light would come from. There, that looks cute, right? Okay, let's put those on the tray and let's just give him a quick trim, quick haircut. I always try and leave a little bit of like white space around it. driving me crazy. He's like pacing upstairs. I can hear him. Hopefully you can't hear him. He just won't sit still today. Okay. Easy peasy. Now you can go all out and decorate these as blingy and as fun as you want. They're just a cute little bag to put a little something something in for whoever. You can make up a bunch and just sort of have them by your door for if someone stops by, or is like little hostess gifts, or yeah, whatever you sort of need a little gift for. Even just putting some chocolates in it and in a cute bag, it just makes it extra special for somebody, right? Let's put our sentiment onto our cardstock piece. Just like that. Now you can put this up on dimensionals if you like. I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it straight down. That's going to slide in there, and you can write. You could decorate this up too. You could stamp it with the Christmas lights or something like that, just to kind of give it a little extra. And then that just slides in the back. And then I've just got a little die cut piece here that is from the traditional labels, and I just thought this would be kind of cute here to kind of label that or layer that like that. So just like that, and then we'll put our little llama on there. Now I probably will find something else, maybe. I didn't cut out any little die cuts or anything like that. I'll have to find something. I might do some holly or something, maybe from the traditional Christmas, and put that sort of on the side to kind of decorate that up a little bit. But that on the side looks super, super cute, right? And then I've got some old gems. I can't remember what. These are when soft succulent and evening evergreen were popular and current. So I'm going to put a couple of these on here. Now I know this green is a bit darker than what we used, but I still think it looks cute. And then I still have room there to add in something extra once I decide what kind of die cut I want to use. So that is our little bag and gift card, or not gift card, sorry, our bag and card little design that I've picked for today. So isn't this cute? Do you think you'll make some of these? Put in the comments that you have some idea. You guys send me that and give me some ideas of what to stuff these with. But I think they're super cute, super easy to make, uses up that 6x6 cardstock that we all have hordes of, honestly. And we'll give you something cute to hand out to anyone that you need to give a little tiny little thank you gift to, or something like that. All right. I hope you, sorry. I hope you enjoyed the little gift bag and card tutorial today. And I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for our next project, which is going to be a home decor project. I'm not telling you anything else. You're just going to have to put your thinking caps on and figure out what that might be. If not, tune in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. and you will find out exactly what that is, and we will make one together. All right? Thanks for joining me today. I hope you watch, and thank you for your watching the replay. I will see you tomorrow night for our next project. Have a wonderful day. Paper hugs. Bye, everyone.